Hi everyone, welcome to In Vegas TV. Subscribe to this channel for more videos.
Hi everyone, welcome to Reaction with N Vegas TV. My name is Oluwatosin Kolade. Today we shall be hearing people's reaction on the high rate of cybercrime amongst our youth, despite the federal government effort to curb this act. Join me as we hear people's reaction to this. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please, your name.
I'm Engineer Jide Bello.
Sir, can you tell us what could be the reason that led to increase in cybercrime amongst our youths? In times, men, the guys going into yahoo while the female into prostitution. What could be the reason, sir?
Number one is moral values, parental failure. These two coupled together are the major reasons why all these things are increasing in our society today. Even despite the fact that we have some people that they are coming from a very poor background, yet they didn't venture into this kind of failure in the society. But some people, even if you check, most of these people that are into cybercrime, most of them are from wealthy home. So it's not as if they lack financial background that is causing all this thing, but moral. Once there's parental failure, home failure, there's nothing. Anybody that like home training, there is home failure, there's nothing you cannot venture into. That's just the major problem.
What's your take to curb this scam? What do you think can be your advice to our youth?
Well, a nation begins from a home. A church begins from a home. If you see what is happening right now today, the immorality in the society, even inside in the church, in the worship centers, is not excluded. They are not excluded. So basically, you can now discover that we have to enhance our home training, the way we train up our children. In a situation whereby people that are parents to some children today, that are ought to be under some parents, they are also parenting some children. So you can see somebody who have not been trained enough to be a parent and is trying to be another child. So you can see definitely the failure is increased. That's why the failure is increased.
The major thing which I see then is unemployment. It has been a negligence from the federal government so far, unable to provide employment for this youth, and nobody want to live in an abject of poverty. At least for you to be a graduate and sit down at home doing nothing, it looks so ridiculous, and with that, and they will feel demoralized. So in that process, when they sit down do nothing, then something next they will need to lay their hand upon something next. So in that, they will venture into that situation. So the major problem is that if government can provide a job, that could have been a major thing. And then there's another thing which government has not even seen them as a part and parcel of the society, because there's no incentive for them, no program, they don't think about them. So with this, they don't even carry them along when they are making a policy in government. So with that, I think that's the major thing is from the government.
It's actually an age-long problem. It is not really a new challenge, but it's because we now have a community where information flies very, very fast. That is why it appears that is what is obtainable now. It is not as if it's not been happening before. Yes, of a truth, the rate is very, very alarming. And it has to do with the fact that a lot of these youth, those who have not gone to the higher institution of learning, those who have not gone, I repeat, who have not gone to higher institution of learning, are looking at their senior youth who have left school, but they are not really doing anything. You understand? So those who have not even gone at all, they have this mental reservation that there is nothing about schooling. You know, when we were younger, they tell us that education is the key to success. But among those who are very, very wealthy today, how many of them are professors? They told us that we are the leaders of tomorrow. The same government that is trying to curb that same cybercrime is not giving the youth the opportunity to lead. The leaders have been there for as long as I was 5 years old. The person who ruled us in the 80s is still ruling us now, since I was 5 years old. So you discover that the youth already, we have lost at all costs. They want to survive. They see it as part of a survival technique.
What can be your advice to our younger youth, despite the situation right now? What can be your advice?
Our young ladies or our young guys?
Both of them.
Yes, you know we have Yahoo Mothers Association. Yes. Oh, you're just getting to know for the first time. Yes, we have Yahoo Mothers Association. They are encouraging and helping their children to succeed in that field of cybercrime. So if we are going to curb it, it has to start from the parents. I was telling my son this morning, he told me that a guy took his donuts yesterday in school, and he said he cannot wait to become a senior so that he will pay back to his junior. And I told him that whatever you sow today goes round and comes back to you. So why don't you sow kindness? So if our parents, if they can still go back to the basics and teach their children that hard work still pays, that the fact that it is popular does not mean that it is the right thing. You know, most times you don't get to understand what is the end of these guys, but we just see their glamour today, but we don't know their horror at the end of today. So it has to start from home. When it starts from home, then it goes to our religious circle. You know, we take it to the mosque, we take it to the church. Even the traditionalists that are doing, you know, they have to tell them that anyone that tries to take shortcuts will be cut short.
I think, in my opinion, I think the federal government contributed to it because presently the economy is very, very hard, and the level of employment is very, very low, in the sense that people can't really afford, if average person can only afford 3 square meals a day. And the thing is because, and also population, you know, the population, the numbers of graduates outside, and compared to the labor markets, so the labor market cannot accommodate everybody. So that's why everybody, youth of nowadays now delve into cybercrime, which is called Yahoo Yahoo. Or it's now unfortunate now that some people are now taking it plus it now, you know, doing rituals. In the sense that at the end of the day, people, the younger, the ladies are now a victim of ritual, you know, making use of them as ritual. So also it's because the way the economy is being structured, that's why everything is just like that. Because youth of nowadays now, many of their families too, they don't really have the capacity to take care of them. So if you check now, most undergraduates now in the universities now, majority of them now are into Yahoo Yahoo. Everybody, virtually all the youths are into Yahoo Yahoo.
Boils down to individual moral value. I know a lot of people will want to blame unemployment. A lot of people will want to blame poverty. But we've seen young men and women who came from humble background, but who resisted every urge to go and enrich themselves through nefarious or unpalatable means. So poverty, as much as some people want to say is part of it, it is not. We have rich men's children that are also doing some of these things. So then it is not also a case of unemployment, because those we've seen also some youths who channeled their frustration at government towards thinking inward, looking inward and thinking of what they can get. So that's a better way of reacting to whatsoever it is. So I know as much as those reasons will be mentioned here and there, it boils down to individuals. We have individuals who would never go into such things and would rather work with their hands and make do with whatsoever they can earn. So there is dignity, as they always say, in labor. And prostitution, the same goes for prostitution and cybercrime. So it boils down to individuals. So I don't want to blame the parents either, because we've had instances of children of men of God who are also into some of these things. Clergymen, I don't want to use, so that both faiths So we have children of clergymen who are into these things, and people who can be teaching other people's children, you can be sure they've made effort over their own children too. But it is what it is. The society has not helped, because the society celebrates these things. You know, when they see a young boy that is acquiring whatsoever it is acquiring, nobody is asking question how he has gotten what he has gotten. So the society tends to celebrate or think those people who are living large are the ones who are actually hardworking, or are the ones who are actually smart, so to speak. So younger ones will look at it and look at their parents who have been laboring for 40 years, and they will feel like, why should I tow the way of when I can just under 2 months make something? So the society has played a huge role in this, in celebrating or in kind of encouraging some of these things. So I think it's about time we began to embrace and celebrate those who are working hard, those who are making efforts to better their lives through whatever means legitimately, and will not look down on them as never to do and things like that, that will make them feel depressed to the extent that they want to do anything to make it. So I think to a great extent I would rather attribute it to the society, our attitude, our hypocrisy. Some of these things we don't praise them, but quietly some parents will indirectly want to tell their child that Omo Lagbaja, look at him, and things like that. So it's the society, and the prayer gets to some of these youths who cannot stand for themselves.
We have some factors that contribute to that effect. One, the economy is so bad, then the upbringing of these young people you are talking about, it matters most. The way you are raised. Somebody like me now, I can't go into Yahoo, it's not possible. Due to the bad economy, I can't go into it. So that's just my view in that aspect.
So what can be your advice or your take in which they can curb this scam?
Yes, I would just advise them they should desist from that bad habit, because it's very, very bad. It's very, very bad. They should desist from it. It's not legal.
This is what we shall be calling it a wrap on today's reaction with N Vegas TV. Don't forget to subscribe, comment on all our social media handles. Bye for now.